So once again, everybody, I can't speak today, apparently. It's the end of July. I can't believe it's the end of July. Um, yeah, we're past that halfway mark, coming into the last month of Q3, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, lots of things happening. Hope everybody's still safe and well. Like we do every week, I go through a little bit of news that I found throughout the week to share with you. And then, of course, after that, we'll stop the recording and I'll open the floor for everybody watching this, that you can ask me any questions you have, any way we can actually help you guys out. So let's make sure I share the right screen. Here we go. So as I shared a couple weeks ago, the CEOs of four of the big, I guess, tech companies, I believe it was Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Twitter, were summoned to actually testify in the U.S. Congress. I believe it happened yesterday or the day before yesterday. And this email that I got summarizes it really well. And I want just to read some headlines of the email. As you guys can see, it says the only summary of yesterday's tech hearing you'll need to read. Amazon, he cannot confirm or deny. Best was also brushed off questions of how they're undercutting diapers.com to put them out of business. Facebook, the U.S. House said they obtained documents that include Zuckerberg's discussion about neutralizing a competitor. I believe he didn't really share anything with regards to that, and of course he said that we're not going to change our content policies because of our advertisers. As you guys can remember, there were a few brands that in July decided to sort of boycott Facebook and their advertising. So they stopped advertising through the month of July. Google says, again, just reading
funky, buddy.
Sorry?
Your screen went all funky. We can't see it anymore.
Oh, sorry. Is that better?
No, maybe it's just mine, but I don't know if Maya can.
No, hold
there
on.
it is. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, and Bailey's back as well. Thank you for sharing that. Awesome. Google said Sundar Pichai was non-specific about Google's practice of stealing content, and of course, he was also asked about the increasing control over advertising revenue. I don't believe there was any answer on that. And Tim Cook from Apple denied engaging in abrupt pandemic profiteering with commissions. All said and done, I don't think they shared any real breakthrough information. I don't think a lot of us were expecting to, anyways. But yeah, that was that. Hopefully, we start seeing some of these platforms that have such amazing reach have a little more clarity in terms of what it is that they do and how it is that they do it, just for the sake of information for all of us that use those platforms. Going to Facebook, the Wall Street Journal reported, I don't know if you guys heard this, but they're actually offering money to some of the TikTok creators, one of the biggest TikTok creators, to move onto Reel, which is the Facebook platform that simulates, or that's similar to what TikTok is. So they've actually offered money for TikTok creators to move onto the Facebook platform, which I found interesting. On that same news, something that sort of flew under the radar is that Facebook is launching a new platform called e.gg. I found this thread that sort of explains a little bit of what it is that this platform, how it works, or at least some screenshots of, in theory, how it's supposed to work. I haven't delved into it, to be honest with you, but I found it interesting that they're building another platform, and the fact that it sort of flew a bit under the radar. As usual, for all those of you that are attending today, I will send the links to all of this so that you can actually look at them in your own time. This article that I found pretty cool, actually LinkedIn set out a guide for strong recovery, right? A guide sort of for businesses and how we can start marketing our business, and a bit of a guideline on how we can go through this recovery and how we can get our businesses through this recovery. So I thought that was very cool. Again, it's one that you can download. And so yeah, another thing that I wanted to talk about today, and I know I talk about this sporadically, but I read something super interesting There's actually an article from Google that I read that they said, you know what, speed is not important. What is important is the customer journey on your website, right? So when you go to your website, what's important is the customer journey. But if you think about it, if you're a user, right, and you go to somebody's website and you're on your phone and it doesn't load within a certain amount of time, maybe 2-3 seconds, I think some statistics have shown, you're most likely going to get out of the website. So despite the fact that Google is saying that speed doesn't matter, customer experience does, I find those to be almost a little bit in conflict with each other, because if a website does not load fast enough, that is part of the customer experience. With that in mind, a tool that we always use to check for speed for websites is Page Speed Insights from Google. Basically, you can Google Page Speed Insights. It brings you here. You put your web page URL, and it gives you an idea of how the website does. And you know what? We'll run a little test here, and we'll do it with.
Go ahead, use mine, buddy. I don't care.
Okay, we'll do it with Ben's website. There you go. I was gonna do it like CNN or something like that. See what happens.
If I gotta fix it, I gotta fix it. I haven't really optimized it anyway, so I will.
Fair enough, fair enough. And you know what? You'll see the report that they pull up. It's actually fairly extensive in terms of they tell you, and you'll see it in a few seconds. There you go.
That doesn't look good. I see it
So they tell you certain things that you can do to actually help your website, help the speed of your website, right? Some of these are a little more technical than others. But for example, you have a third-party code that is being blocked. So something's going on there, on here. But yeah, it's something that you can look at and see what it means. If you Google that, and of course, Ben, if you want to just shoot me a line, I can have my developer give a little bit of better explanation on this, of what it is. But if you notice, for example, this CSS, this style sheet, this file, if you will, is taking 1.2 seconds to load,
right.
which is a lot, right? So
yeah.
Possibly improving this could actually save you 1.2 seconds and can bring you up. Now, the other cool thing about this is Page Speed Insights from Google is that you can also see what your score would be on desktop versus mobile, right? So desktop, you're doing fine. Mobile, you're doing okay. To be honest with you, if you get to the top of the yellow marker, that's usually great success, because they're very, very, very strict. This tool is very strict when it comes to mobile and how they mark things. So if you improve a certain things and you get into that yellow, that's a pretty good sign.
I'm interested to hearing about how my company is doing.
Sure.
If you Google my name, if you just do luigireali.ca, I believe it is.
Okay.
Just comes up with League of Legends.
Yeah. It automatically goes to my IG site, which is run by a multi-billion-dollar company. So,
well, we'll check it out.
Oh no!
I would tell you. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, Ben? You're doing awesome.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, this is very interesting, eh? And obviously, what's happening here is because some of the resources are probably sitting in different places. It's probably a one set platform that is quote unquote customized for each and every one of you. That's probably what's going on here. Like some of the images are very, like you could literally save, or well, rather they, because I know you don't manage this, but they could literally save 7.3 seconds just by optimizing images.
Yeah.
Because they're too big, right?
They are definitely not a marketing company.
Let's see on desktop though.
Probably the same.
Okay.
Ooh,
okay.
Still
a little bit better. But anyway, so I know Luigi. I know Luigi in your.
There you go. That's why I wanted to do that for you, Ben.
Oh, you're such a beauty.
I know Luigi, in your case, you probably don't have as much control over this. But Ben, definitely a tool that I would suggest. Because despite the fact that Google says speed is not the most important thing, that customer experience is, if I'm a consumer, I'm going to your website and it takes a few seconds to load, I'm probably going to lose a little bit of trust in you, and most likely I'm probably going to just bounce, right? And my last thing for today, a tool that I wanted to share with you that I was playing a little bit around with, and I know, Luigi, I shared this with you yesterday, a tool that's in Appsumo. As you guys know, I love Appsumo. I can't wait to get my affiliate link. I'm applying, well, I've
Never
applied.
heard you mention it before.
And I'm reapplying, but because, yeah, anyways, I won't get into that, but social monials. Social, I can't even pronounce it. Fantastic tool. I was playing a little bit more with it, Luigi. I know you and I had a call yesterday about it, and they have templates to run viral giveaways, to do the part that I'm focusing more is precisely on that. So basically, you can run a giveaway. So you would post it, say, on your social media. They would go to a landing page that obviously they build, and you could easily customize. They'll give you whatever information you want, and then you can share with them how they can get more points. So you can actually set, for example, they'll get 50 points if they share it on their Facebook. They'll get 100 points if they join the group. And that way, they keep getting more points. They keep getting more entries, as they call them. And when the quote unquote raffle happens, they have a bigger chance of winning. Again, as you guys know, the way how Appsumo works is a lifetime deal. So it's fairly inexpensive if you're going to use it. I think their monthly is like about $30 a month. Instead of that, you pay $69 for your lifetime, which I think is fantastic. And again, I'm just looking at this for the viral giveaways. I haven't even looked at all the other things that they have. But yeah, that's it for the news today and stuff that I wanted to share with you. So do you guys have any questions with just what we talked about right now?
Yeah, I'm definitely buying that, by the way.
You liked it, eh?
Yeah, I think
it's pretty cool.
Whether or not I use it, I'm not sure yet, but it's great.
So this is what I can do. What usually happens is I get an email when one of their deals is about to end.
Yep.
So if you're not thinking of buying it, I can keep an eye for you and let you know when the deal is going to end. And then what you can do is you can still buy it, and Appsumo has a 60-day refund policy, no questions asked.
Yeah. Okay,
so
cool.
You could literally buy it and you'll have a couple more months to play with it.
I'm probably going to buy it regardless, because
Okay.
it's not going to be the only one that I'm going to do, right?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
The reality is. Does anyone
So yeah, any more questions on the stuff we covered today before I stop sharing my screen, I stop the recording, and we go into our open question section? No, nothing. Going one, going twice. All right.